It says I'm live. Okay. Well, that's too bad. Yes, aggressive type. I don't even remember what the hell we were talking about. I'm just going to give this a second to spin back up. Let's see. I don't even know how to tell people to rejoin. Okay, well, we're back. I feel like God knows what's going on now because it says 0 people. All right, well, I'm not going to let that get me down. Let's just plug ahead. You guys are here. I feel like maybe we will figure it out. And if we don't figure it out, then so be it. So here's the first part of Fake Love. The video is currently being refined by Jacqueline Kula, the director also of Vibe Till I Die and Unquit You. And I'm really excited about it. Here is just the first part I gotta stop it partway through because of a feature. I gotta stop it right there. Feature comes in. I don't know if that's something I can play yet, but yeah, that's Fake Love. That's coming actually quite soon. I need to finish refining the music this next week, and then yeah, we'll get Firecracker Part 5 coming out. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that, and the video is going to be really cool. Again, directed by my favorite director, Jacqueline Kula. Some of you have probably been paying some attention to, and yeah, best director in the world as far as I'm concerned. But also, I just do want to say, Stephen Moses, if you are here, I know you haven't said anything, but the video we worked with an absolutely incredible director of photography, Stephen Moses, who is one of the coolest people I've ever met in my whole life, and he said he was tuning in. I don't know if you're here, Stephen, but if you are, hi, and I cannot wait to hopefully see you again soon. And also, let's finish refining this video. So I will say, I don't know if anyone noticed Modern People jumping in the chat. I was on the last video when things got a little rough, and that's something that's been popping up a little bit more lately. We don't know that much about them yet, but I will say the story that I am from the library that I'm working on translating right now, it's not done. It's pretty confusing and garbled, but it seems to relate to Modern People, so they might even be responsible for the stream going down. I'm not sure, but I will say, let's take a little preview. I'll just read you this. Just a little taste of something coming kind of soon, new translation from the library. So, all right, this is we're in unstable land now. This is some crazy future stuff. But a little glimpse of I don't know if they're friends or foes at this point, but Modern People. Here we go. The undefined place suddenly burst into unstable half-existence, trying to satisfy the logic of having been designated a destination. Thousands of holes paradoxically appeared in hypothetical walls, and countless digital pipes simply connected to them as if they were there all along. The people surfed in on chaotic streams of raw information, flooding in from every inconceivable direction. Clouds of corrupted data crackled around them, through them, inside them. It was impossible to know where the noise ended and they began. They found themselves, as they always did, at the intersection of nowhere and nothing, the null. In the center of the null, a strange entity flickered into focus, a low-poly 3D model of a cat-eared banana dancing and shitting rainbows onto a corrupted PNG of Waluigi's face stretched onto an image plane. She shot a green foam hand high into the air and waved incredibly fast for a fraction of a second, then folded back into herself. She fluidly morphed into a resting sleep paralysis demon with an 8-bit rendition of Hello Kitty's head sitting like a cherry on top, all while a distorted 4-way mashup of All-Star and Nookie and Kiss from a Rose and Toxic clipped through channels never meant to transmit audio at all. Nearby, a dense ball of binary garbage undulating around an invisible center point shuddered and quickly gravitated to unseen vectors, forming an ASCII art rendition of Woody and flashing "Howdy, partner," before raising a toy gun to the sky, pulling the trigger, and in the confusion of the resulting blast, reshaping itself into an unidentifiable typographical chaos. It continued on in this brain-melting fashion as each of the modern people took shape, announced their presence, and greeted the rest. To the outside observer, the scene was an incomprehensibly complex vision of pure anarchy, but to modern people this was their homecoming, their return to sanctuary. The null was the only place they could be safe from the trillion watchful eyes of the algorithm. So there's more to that, but yeah, that's a little work in progress of translating from the library a story that is clearly about modern people. And I'm going to play a little taste of an audio message that also has come along with it. Let me search for this right now real quick. Yeah, here we are. Okay. So this is some crazy shit. We're like out there in the weeds now on this. I'll stop it there. But yeah, it scares me too. So we got some crazy shit coming from modern people. I am not sure what it means yet, but I don't trust it. But I do suspect that they may be the ones who placed the beacon by the door. So we'll find out if that's true or not. So I want to kind of shift gears a little bit. One of the things that has been like around from the beginning with this, especially for people like the real day one Discord people, is the haiku game, and a few people have really jumped in on that, which actually gave me a lot of it gave me a lot of hope in the early days, and I'm really excited to kind of take a moment and this will be something I do regularly, and just highlight some of the haikus from the haiku game. If you haven't gotten into that, there will be a lot more to it soon, probably via Medium. But for people that are finding the Discord, they kind of know the basic rhythm of it. And there's a lot more to come from this once we open the door to Night Shift and get to go inside. I'm just going to step outside the narrative layer right now for a second. So I'm back on the meta layer. Meta layer is Cold Hard Reality. Lily just joined in. I just don't want anyone to be too confused. So we are, this is the Night Shift stream, and we are broadcasting kind of from inside of the story. So if something seems confusing, don't worry about it. Just kind of immerse in it. It's a, it's definitely an altered version of our reality. So some language is a little bit different. Okay, I'm stepping back inside. That sounds crazy, but we are back on the narrative layer. And let's just say it. Even from inside the narrative layer, you can know what layer you're on. The whole point is being able to see the whole thing. So let me just, I'm going to use a feature really quick on Rodeo. This is a beta YouTube thing, so let's see how it works. I think that I can put an image on the screen while I do this. Let me just see if I actually can. Oh, first of all, I do want to put this. Here's an image that came along with the Modern People story and that last thing. I'm just going to show you that really quick. Let's see how this works. It says I can react to it. I'm just going to hit it. I don't know. So yeah, I think we might be looking at new glass face here. So if you missed the story, you'll have to watch the thing. Oh no, did the stream crash again? Okay, yeah, if we say Modern People, the stream crashes. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't know how to use Rodeo yet, so I'm just gonna hit close, and I'm gonna hope that takes it away. It took it away. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's some more Modern People glimpses from the future. Oh, here's the beacon too, for people that haven't seen this. So if you haven't connected to the beacon, connect to the beacon. Really important. We cannot find the door without you connecting to the beacon. So do that. If you don't know how to do that, you can just go to the YouTube and there's a what is night shift thing. You'll be able to find it. Is it okay? I guess Isabel is going what? I think there's always going to be someone going what, which is okay. Isabel, we are inside I'll just call it the story world of Night Shift right now. So if something seems a little strange, it's just think of it like learning a language by immersion. It might be confusing at first. Bear with it. But what I was looking for was this. So I'm just going to throw this up on the screen. This is, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this image? Yeah, you are. Okay, cool. So this is an image from Vibe Till I Die, obviously. I'm going to read some of the haikus from that are related to Vibe Till I Die. If you haven't gotten into the haiku game, it's pretty simple. It's like when you see a piece of Night Shift, just in the comments, especially on YouTube, just give your interpretation as a haiku. It actually feeds into something, probably one of the things I'm most excited about once we actually open the door to Night Shift, but it's going to take some time to do that because it's we gotta connect to the beacon, we gotta find the door, all of these things. So here we go. Let me I got this up on the screen. This first one is from Gabe, who's also that the band name. So I love this one. A hail of lightning, electric nexuses rain, my heartbeat hastens. It's beautiful, and I love that Gabe always kind of tags his stuff with like subnode number 8. He really keeps track. So I'm very stoked about this. And if you haven't tried the haiku game, give it a shot. It actually it has a function in Night Shift, but it also just feels great on your brain. Here's another one from Valerie Keller. Strike, strike, strike the night. Dancing out, fill me with light. One moment is life. And that's for Vibe Till I Die as well. And I love how different they are from each other. And that's why one of the big things is like your perspective is super important within this community. And it's a really quick, easy, clean way to kind of share that. And you will see later once we open the door to Night Shift and where we get to discover the Moonlight Garden, how heavily these play into it. So I would recommend start building up your contribution to the haiku game now, because you'll be really glad when you see the Moonlight Garden down the line. Here's another one. This is from Elise Brown Hughes. Electricity, whispers, and I'm in a trance. Take me anywhere. I love that one because it's really elusive. The ending on Take Me Anywhere is a really beautiful thing to me. It just, especially because in the Vibe Till I Die video, that second half, obviously the first half, she's kind of knows where she's going. She's heading into the storm, and while there's a lot unknown about that, that moment that she gets struck by lightning, it is a little bit unclear what she wakes up into on the other side. And I think, both in the Labyrinth story on Medium and in the video, to me, it's like it almost seems like she wakes up in a state kind of between life and death a little bit. But again, if you haven't watched that video, watch the Vibe Till I Die video, and if you haven't done a haiku game entry, like jump in the comments when you can and give your interpretation of it as well. And then just another one. This was mine. This was my entry. So I'm also participating in the haiku game. We start at the end. Canary in a coal mine, reanimated. And yeah, I really like the image of the canary in the coal mine, and I'm not sure who she's a canary for. I kind of feel like she's a canary in the coal mine for herself in that video a little bit. But I do hope that we get to bring Jacqueline Kulo, the director, on in the future as well, and she can also give us her perspective on it. There's another one. So I want to also share this. This is just a quick thing that I want to kind of talk about in general. Is one of the things that I've realized with this world is that a lot of things from the past that really rang true for me have like revealed themselves in modern times to come from this source. Even though I didn't know Night Shift existed yet, certain songs, certain things I've worked on, it's really obvious that they came from that same place. And I want to play one of them. I think probably most of you know this song, but it's always stood out to me as one of the things that just resonated for me. And I'm going to play this right now. This is called Lies, and then someone did a really lovely haiku based around this piece as well. So I'm just going to play this really quick. This has been out for a long time. I just really want to share it with you guys, just in case anyone hasn't heard it. It's already on Spotify. It's something that was already out there. Because I used to lie all of the time. I know that you know that. But draw the line. I'm not making up any new lies. I'm just maintaining the old one. Tiny gods invincible to any instrument. longest song I ever made in my whole life, but yeah, I'm really proud of it, and I think it's just like really naturally revealed itself to be sourced from Night Shift ultimately, and I see some questions about the instruments on that one, and I've always had I from the back in the Mason Proper days, I just had this like Telecaster, this red Telecaster that I would play on everything, and that whole song is really Trillion bass, which is a synth plugin that does really good bass, and probably 60 stacks of my voice doing oohs and ahs, and yeah, and there's a lot of drums, a lot of like some live drums and some programmed ones, but the thing I really want to do, I'm going to pop up another image on the screen really quick here. Let's see how I do this. There it is, React. Okay. So this image I want to share, which relates, it's to me, this is kind of one of the things that made me realize it was like part of Night Shift, as I saw this and went like, that's one of the tiny gods. That is one of the lies that has taken on a life of its own. And there's a couple beautiful haikus that have been written in the haiku game, so I want to share those really quick. And one of them is from our very own Caitlin, who we all hopefully know very well at this point. She's very, very important in the Night Shift community. And she wrote, "To think something might be buried in the garden is an ivy line." And I actually wanted to ask you, Caitlin, and you can tell me in the chat, would you rather call in or would you rather talk in chat? Because I wanted to ask you about the ivy line thing. I'm really curious about that. I find it really intriguing. To think something might be buried in the garden is an ivy line. Let me know if you wanna call in instead of or you can answer in the chat. I'm gonna do a call in part in a little bit too. In the meantime, I also want to share Gabe's haiku game entry, which I also really love. Webs wrapping gently, a crystallizing cocoon, it drapes my intents. I love that thing. Yeah, so he's got that as subnode number 7. But yeah, that's all related to lies, and I hope we get to like dive in more. Okay, I'm gonna open up the call-in really quick. Here we go. All right, Caitlin. So that's, yeah, it means it's, it feels really good to kind of, I don't even want to call it revisiting that thing. It really, it's just, if anything, it's more relevant to me now than ever as a thing. So I think it's, it's really nice kind of realizing that the sort of interconnected world behind a lot of those earlier songs is just an actual solid thing that, we get to explore together. And I realize like that it really is something that's been built out of every creative thing I've ever also resonated with that other people make. I don't have a call coming through yet, but so just let me just look at this really quick. One thing I do want to address in the meantime is with calibration, which a lot of you have been contributing to as well in the Discord, which is in a nutshell, we got to capture those photos of the moon and know where they came from and when. It's unclear. Oh wait, call's coming in, so I'm gonna answer. Hello?
Hey.
Hey, we got Caitlin here. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very nervous.
That's okay. I can relate. I am also very nervous. I wanted to ask you.
Also, I know what your question is about I already know what your question is. You're probably correct.
Well,
it's a double meaning.
Yeah, please, can you fill us in? Like, okay, so I want us to read it one more time. To think something might be buried in the garden is an ivy line. I'm really curious about the ivy line thing. It definitely like visually sparked something for me, but I would love to hear just your perspective on that. Like, how did you land on is an ivy line?
Oh man, I completely forgot that I posted that until you mentioned it. Um, yeah, it's obviously ivy ties into the garden. Um, but it also like being this feeling very well, just as I do, like creating things and being so curious about things and just like diving into a body of work. And it's I lost my train of thought. I'm so nervous.
No, it's okay. Yeah, take your time.
But it it's really just what makes this life so wonderful. It's like an ivy line for me, like ivy. So
Yeah, that is really, really clever. And I will admit, in my not always the most clever brain, I did not catch the saying it out loud version of ivy line. That's brilliant. I love that. I fully, because it sparks so much of an actual like vine to me, and like there's clearly a connection to the moonlight garden there, but like that's a brilliant like double meaning. I did not, and I'm glad I asked because I did not get that.
it's it's totally both, and this is a concept that I've thought about for years. And if this wasn't like on a public live stream, I would love to talk with you about it more. Not like without being nervous.
Sure. Yeah,
I know you relate to it very much with just like
definitely.
starting Night Shift in the first place and your creative process. Um,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a I'm with you. It's for me it really is like a life-saving
it's
thing to be a part
it
of.
is a life-saving thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think the world that we're kind of faced with is it's not friendly to say the least, but there's really good, sensitive, smart, creative people out there, and I think the thing that those people tap into, especially often introverted people, um, but certainly not limited to introverted people, is something that's really important to protect. And the world doesn't necessarily create places for us to explore that very easily. And I kind of hope that this is that kind of place as well. Like, yeah, thank you. That's a really that I absolutely love the haiku and the image.
I'm really glad you liked it. I actually forgot I wrote that,
Yeah. Well,
but
thank
I do
you.
like it too, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be sharing more of them on streams in the future as well. I got to go pretty soon, so I'm gonna um, end it for
Yeah,
now. But like,
um,
let's definitely call in again, and thank you for calling in. And I know it's trust me, I understand the nerves. I have them too. I was like so jittery before this thing. So thank you, Caitlin.
I didn't think the stage fright would hit, but it did as soon
Yeah,
as
it
I was
does. It's the
dialing.
internet. It's a big place, but there's everyone here is super friendly. So okay, well
I'm
I
gonna
will
hop back on the stream
perfect.
now.
Okay, cool. All right, see you in a sec. Here. Oh, we got one more call in here. I'm gonna do that right now. I don't even know who it
Hey
is.
Google, mute living room TV.
Hey, who do we have here? Anybody?
Hello.
Oh, I can't quite hear you. I think.
Oh, I
Oh,
just got it connected to my AirPods. Can you hear me now?
oh yeah, it's super quiet, probably from the AirPods thing. But can you give it one more go.
Okay.
That's a bit better. Cool. Hey, who do we have?
Hold on. Wow, I'm so nervous too.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. No, that's there's don't worry about it. I am too.
Hey, but okay, I actually am so glad to hear you say that. I've been a fan for a few years now since the first time I heard Dissolve, and I'm so glad to talk to you. I actually have a question, if it's okay to
Of
ask, but
course,
it's
yeah, please.
not about lies. It's about the song right before it on Loner's History Books.
Hmm. Yep, go
That
for
is
it.
one of my favorites, and it's in part because this verse is really resonant to me. Because I live with fear. Fear is my roommate. He's an asshole, and he stands in front of the window all day just to block my view. Or am I just copping out?
Yeah, that's that one is really true for me too. So I'm sorry you share that affliction because that
I'm
sucks.
I wondered if it was about what I think it's about, and I think it is. Like I've I haven't been doing very well recently. I actually ended up in the hospital a few weeks ago,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
and I'm working through some issues. And I actually am really glad that maybe we share that, because I feel that connection when I listen to your music. I feel that connection when I listen to Loners.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will say that I'm in some ways I'm sorry that you can relate, because some of these things are very painful, and I'm really sorry that you've gone through these tough times. But I will tell you, like, definitely can clearly relate. Those are very, very true words to me, and yeah, it's life doesn't make it easy. That's for sure. And I hope that I hope you're doing better now.
You know, things have been getting better, and your music
Good.
has been along with me every step of the way. I am a huge fan. I even actually dubbed myself Marigold, on like social media.
Ah, it means a lot to me. Thank you. I mean, thank you so much. It's like, I mean, I will say that I would not be still doing this to this day without hearing things like this. Um, so it really is like it is mutually appreciated on my side too, and it is why I really try to put my heart into it, because I think like the things that I struggle with are things that it's far from just me. So yeah, and I hope you know, like, you're not alone. Whatever you're going through, it's
I
there's a long tradition of
Yes, yes,
humanity
yes.
struggling with.
I have. Hmm. Yeah, I have PTSD, and I absolutely felt like, to me, that's what that song was about.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, yeah, I think even a lot of what I'm doing now to this day is there's some PTSD from for a variety of things in the past, and a lot of them, and I will say, like, for a lot of things with me, because you highlighted that particular verse, it's really frustrating to feel like you aren't doing the things that you want to do in life because you're too afraid, and because certainly a part of you knows that the fear is letting the fear win. Nobody wins, really. Like, fear is just that feeling, and it's much more, it's quote unquote success or failure at whatever it is that you're trying to do. Even if it's sometimes it can just be like walk out your door and be part of the world that day. The trying is what matters. It really is. At the end of the day, like, I feel like I've failed at 90% of the things that I've tried to do in my life, and that's okay. I'm still glad that I tried. So I hope that, yeah, I hope that you're I don't know. I just hope you're just like, you're not alone with this stuff.
If
I hope
I
this is a community you can kind of like hang with, and know you're not
I
alone.
feel so glad that I have this community, and if I've seen 10% of the 10%, I am incredibly impressed by your work and your success. And I feel like I'm incredibly blessed to just have the opportunity to talk with you, and to confirm that we feel some of the same things, and that the things that I feel when I listen to your music are real, and they're part of that connection that we all share.
Very much so, and I think like it's very apparent to me the people that really resonate with things that I've been involved in and stick around. Um, there's a lot of shared experience in that. We all have our own versions of it, but absolutely. And I think you know, I will say, proud of you for being here, and I'm really sorry that you went through what you went through, and I'm really happy to hear that you're doing better. And let's keep that going. That's like, and please, like, you know, be active in the community and call in again. And let's, I'm going to be doing this very frequently. And yeah, let's, I'm excited for you to like, hopefully like lean in more on this stuff. And I think, even things like, some of the things like the haiku game, well, they have like a function narratively within the universe. It's also, I think, an opportunity for just, it's like, to me, I find it a little bit of a healing thing, to just let your brain chew on something. And, nothing in modern life like supports us like writing poetry in our everyday life, for instance, or thinking poetically. And I get a lot out of that. Like, there's an inherent self-satisfaction, a relationship to yourself that kicks in with when you explore those things, and even a fear, and it takes, it's coming back to the line from history books, overcoming that fear to even try internally is something you should be proud of. So I hope you're doing well. I got to run pretty soon, so I'm gonna stop the call for now.
Yeah,
But please call in again in the future, and let's like, I'm gonna be doing this regularly. So thank you, and thank you for sticking with my music for so long, and
well, thank you
really.
for thank you for talking to me, and thank you for giving me this chance. And I feel like I've talked over you twice, and not just because I'm so excited to be talking to you.
Oh no, well, I'm excited to be talking to you too, and we'll do it again. And yeah, thank you for calling in. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'm really glad that you did call in. So please do it again in the future.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, well, here we are. That was beautiful. I'm actually very there's not really much that I can say for that. Connecting with you guys like on the call part of this is a really big thing to me. It's like quite affecting. Um, I do have to run for now, but I have a good bit of news where I think I'm actually going to split, in the future. I'm going to stream multiple times a week. Um, some of them are going to be, what I think the division will be is like kind of a more production, more like technical kind of focused thing. Um, and then on and then a more community focused thing. And then a very like inside night shift, like we're doing the story thing. Um, and also thank you guys for being like so down to go like kind of go into the unknown with me, because that's really what it's all about. It's like I'm a night shift fan personally, and I'm a fan of the people that I work with, and I'm a fan of the community itself, and I am discovering it piece by piece alongside you guys, and that's really what it's all about. I don't know where it's going. I don't want to know where it's going. I want to discover it step by step together with you. So a lot more to come, and keep an eye out for everything to come. Thank you everyone in the Discord. Thank you everyone on the Patreon. And if you haven't connected to the beacon, please do connect to the beacon. If you don't know how to do that, if you go to the YouTube, there's a What is Night Shift link, and it'll take you into a little mini rabbit hole that leads to the beacon. Connect to that. That's a really important thing. And thank you guys for being here, and I really look forward to doing it again. Thanks for making it such a fun first stream.